In the quiet convent of Lisieux, a young woman lived a life that would transform the spiritual landscape of the world. Saint Thérèse of the Child Jesus, known as the Little Flower, embraced simplicity and surrender as her path to sanctity. She was not a great scholar, nor a missionary who traveled far lands, yet her life radiated a love so profound that it drew countless souls closer to God. Thérèse's little way was not born of grand gestures, but of small, humble acts done with great love. In her heart she understood a deep truth, that God is not impressed by our achievements, but by the sincerity of our trust. She saw herself as a small flower in God's vast garden, insignificant in the eyes of the world, yet infinitely loved by her Creator. As a child, Thérèse's faith was simple and bold. She spoke of her longing to fly to heaven, yet she knew she could not reach such heights on her own. She wrote, "I will seek out a little way, very straight, very short, a little way that is wholly new." That way was trust, a complete surrender to the love and mercy of God. She saw the struggles of life not as obstacles but as opportunities to draw closer to Christ. In every trial she offered herself wholly, saying, "Everything is grace." Even in the face of suffering she saw God's hand at work, shaping her into the soul she was called to be. Thérèse's mission was simple, to love. She believed that in doing the smallest things with great love, one could touch the very heart of God. Whether sweeping the floor or enduring the frustrations of daily life, she offered each moment as a prayer. Her little way was an invitation to all who felt too small or too weak to do great things, to find greatness in humility and love. She longed to be a missionary, to travel the world and proclaim the gospel, but in the confines of her cloister, she discovered that her mission was far greater, to spend her heaven doing good on earth. "I want to be love in the heart of the church," she wrote, and her intercession has since brought countless miracles and conversions. On this feast of Saint Thérèse, we are invited to follow her little way. In the midst of our own struggles and ordinary days, we can choose love. In moments of doubt, we can trust that God's grace is enough. In the small acts of kindness and sacrifices we make, we can glorify God and bring His light to others. Saint Thérèse reminds us that sanctity is not reserved for the extraordinary but is found in the quiet fidelity of everyday life. The path to heaven is not beyond our reach. It begins with a single step, offered in love and trust. As we honor this little flower, let us ask for her intercession, that we too might live with the simplicity of a child and the boldness of a saint. May we find our own little way, trusting that even the smallest acts of love can bloom into eternal glory. Saint Thérèse of the Child Jesus, pray for us.